Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. I'm gonna make a tackle box in this video. I had a tackle box, but it got caught up in some high tide and all rusted out and got pretty gross. So I took a bunch of slabs of oak and resawed them, planed them down, and got them all ready, and I'm gonna make it out of solid oak and some scrap Baltic birch plywood. So I milled everything up to about a little bit thicker than 1/8 of an inch, and then I taped them together with some masking tape, and just using my crosscut sled I made some cuts about halfway through the height of each, and then I'm gonna put it together kind of like a half lap joint and make all the trays like that. Next I had some strips about 1/3 of an inch thick, and I'm gluing those up to make a panel for the lid. So I don't know what happened to the footage, but I can't find it, and I don't think it ever recorded. But the top lid is pretty simple. It's just a picture frame with 45-degree miters, and then splines cut into them, and I'm using the thin 1/8 inch Baltic birch plywood as the splines. And then I used a rabbiting bit in the router table to rabbit out a groove on the inside edge, and then I fit in the panel that I just glued up, and that makes up the lid. Here I'm making the top tray for the tackle box, and I just tipped my blade to 45 and then using my sled to make all the side pieces, and that goes together pretty much like a picture frame too. Here I'm just cutting a groove for the bottom panel, and I'm using a rabbiting bit in my router table. Once I got the bottom panel in and the bottom tray, I worked on the top tray and the little arms that make it move up and down when the lid is open. The process that I used was really overly complicated and pretty stupid on my part. I should have screwed in the arms to the sides of the box first, and then to the tray, because the screws are facing inside on the inside of the box and outside on the trays, and it was really hard for me to get my hand and a screwdriver in between the tray and the box when the top screws were in. So it was a nightmare, but just, I guess, learn from my mistakes. So for all the hardware, I'm using galvanized screws, just because this tackle box is probably going to be near salt water and I don't want any of it rusting. And for the hinges, I'm simply just using screws. It was probably the easiest way. I just pre-drilled a hole through the side pieces of the wood into the lid, and then I widened the hole in the side pieces so the screw would just engage into the lid and turn around the hole in the side pieces, and that would act as the hinge. For the handles, I just cut a round profile on the bandsaw, and then I used a round bit in my router table to cut the finger holes, and then I just sanded it all up, ran it over the edges, and then glued them on. Next day, after it was dry, I took all the screws off, sanded it up to 220, and got it all ready to be finished. I didn't mention it before, but I did pre-sand all the parts for the trays, just because it would be a real pain to get sandpaper in all the little tiny spots. For the finish, I needed something that was really easy to apply, but yet was super protective. So I went with spray polyurethane, and it comes in a can, which is great because it's easy to get in all the compartments, but it's also really protective. Since this tackle box is going to be holding fishing equipment and being around fish, I didn't want that smell to seep into the pores and make all the wood pretty nasty. So I put, I think, about 8 coats. I kind of lost count. I sanded in between with 400 grit to the best I could, and made sure it was really nice and smooth and everything was sealed. All the pores were sealed. Next, I just loaded it up and got it ready for the next fishing trip. I'll probably add some magnets and then a latch to the lid just in case it falls over. All the hooks and everything won't fall out. Overall, I'm super pumped about how it came out. I think it looks really cool. All the joints and everything came together really cleanly. I like how the top tray moves up and down, and I hope you guys liked it too. That's it, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, shoot me a comment below, and please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.